Okay, this is activity FT19, and you are asked to create this assembly and parameterize it with the following parameters shown here. There are two length parameters, L and H, and two angle parameters, alpha and beta. Okay, uh, and the assembly constraints must hold. So first we're going to do a nominal assembly. So let me save this thing. File, save management, save as. There is the desktop and homework 11. Activity FT19. So it's going to go there. I'll call it big piece and small piece. So insert a new part in there. That's going to be the big piece. Right click properties. Call it big piece. Same thing here. Big piece. Let's make it. Double click on a convenient plane. On that vertical plane, we'll sketch. Okay, I'll do symmetry in a minute, but let me draw some kind of a profile that resembles what we have. This obviously is not symmetric, but I'm going to make it symmetric in a minute. So this point control that point, control the middle axis. We're going to make it symmetric. Okay, let's dimension things. So this top angle is alpha. It will be alpha. This is going to be beta. And the distance from here to here, the vertical distance, right click vertical, is going to be later your H. So exit and pad it. Of course, pad is going to be L later on. So then I'm going to insert my small piece, insert a new part in there. I'm going to call it small piece. Small piece. Let's make it, double click on it. On a convenient plane, on that same vertical plane, I will sketch something that resembles like that bottom piece. Okay, this height is going to be H later on. But you are told that based on elementary geometry, this angle that you see here is beta plus alpha over 2 minus 90. So that's what this is showing. The statement, the same shows that. Okay? Good. Exit. Pad it by the same amount. Later on, both are going to be L. All right. So let's go ahead all the way to the top and start creating our parameters. So click on f of x. Length is going to be, one of them is going to be h. And if you want to know what they are right now is, I'm going to click on the small piece. H is roughly 1. So I'll make it a 1. Good. And then there's going to be another one is going to be L, which probably is 0.787. I'll make it 0.8. And then alpha and beta, right? So I'm going to change this thing to angle. First one is going to be alpha. And by the look of it, it's around, oh, this is around 45 degrees. Another one is beta. Oops. No, don't delete it. Don't delete it. Another one is beta. I accidentally clicked or pressed the delete parameter. And this is roughly 105 degrees right now. So 105. apply. Now we can create our equations. So we already have the stuff there. So we select this, we say add a formula equal to h, here are the parameters. We select this angle, add a formula equal to alpha. Select the other formula, add a formula equal to beta. And then the padded length is going to be right here. This is 0.787. Add the formula equal to L. Now we're going to take care of this guy, this height, this height, this height. Add a formula equal to H. And this angle, add a formula equal to, based on the hint, is equal to beta plus 1/2 of alpha, right? So alpha divided by 2, and then minus 90 degrees. 90, don't forget the DEG, okay? Minus 90 degrees. So what I did, I just typed this stuff. And then say okay. And then say okay. And update. So let's go ahead and, oh, something is not right. Definitely something is not right. So let's go ahead and try to figure out what we did here. As far as the width is concerned, that's probably okay. Let's check that. I'll make this thing 2. Oh, I forgot to do the equation for that fellow. So go to f of x, select that. There's your pad. Add the formula equal to L. Okay, and update. So that part is okay. Now, as far as alpha is concerned, alpha is this angle up here, and let me do the following, because I'm not. Let's try alpha. This angle alpha up here. Alpha. Let me make it 30 degrees. Definitely, there's a problem. I know that. It's just that I want to know what the issue is. So this angle must be. Oh, this is okay. This is just flipped. That's all. This is okay. And I will convince you it's okay. So this is the angle. This is the angle beta. This is the angle beta. Okay. If I turn this thing around, there is my angle alpha, and there is the angle beta. And if I, for example, go and change beta to 90, you see, this is 90. And these things will now fit, no problem. So let me undo this thing. Let me undo this. I'm sure this is okay. So let's do the following. Why don't we anchor that piece and coincidence? Let me rotate this a little bit so that we can see it better. Good. So coincidence between this, for example, this face and that face. Coincidence between this edge and that edge. And coincidence between, for example, this point and this point. Update. Good. And if it's bothering you, I can turn this thing around. Okay. We're going to change the stuff, see whether they make sense or not. Let me look at the front view, which is easy to figure out. Oops, front view. Okay. And I can turn this thing, rotate it there, like so. Okay, let's change the angles. For example, alpha, I'm going to make it 45, or I'll make it 50 actually. Update, good. A beta, we'll make it 120. Update, that looks good. H is this height, so H I'm going to make it smaller, maybe 0.5. Yep, good. And this is obviously is working. So if I change L to 1, it's also working. And believe me, if I do all kinds of crazy rotations and translations to these parts, can't get any worse than this. Update. There we are. Ah, not quite. Got me. Okay, so here's what we have to do. Let's try another one. This and that. Let's make it coincident with each other. There. Now you do all kinds of crazy rotations. Update. Good. Now it works. Please make sure you check all your constraints if you're doing a problem for the test.